Here's a story about a son who had to choose between the life that made him come alive and the mother who couldn't let him go. It's about guilt, freedom, and what we owe the people who raised us. This is what went down. I never thought loving what I do would feel like betrayal. But every time I pack my bag, that's exactly what it feels like. I'm 23. For the past year and a half, I've been working seasonal jobs at national parks across the country. I spend my days surrounded by mountains and canyons and forests that make you feel small in the best way possible. I meet people from everywhere, doing the same thing I am, choosing adventure over stability, at least for now. It's exactly where I want to be. But my mom sees it differently. To her, every new job is me choosing to leave her behind. It wasn't always like this. When I first started taking these jobs after graduation, she worried, sure. What parent wouldn't? But somewhere along the way, the worry turned into something heavier. Now, every time I mention a new opportunity, I can see her face change. Her jaw tightens. Her eyes go somewhere else. And I know what's coming. She tells me I'm abandoning her, that I'm being selfish, that one day she won't be here anymore, and I'll regret all this time I spent away. She says it calmly, like she's just stating facts, but it lands like an accusation every single time. I tried to make it work her way once. After a summer job as a security guard, I got interested in law enforcement. I joined the sheriff's office back home, moved into my childhood bedroom, got benefits, the whole thing. My mom was thrilled. I actually loved the job too. For a while, it felt like maybe I could do both, make her happy and feel fulfilled myself. But that department had problems, the kind that don't get better with time. I could see where things were headed, and I didn't want to be part of it. So I resigned and went back to seasonal work. My mom barely spoke to me for a week. I just got home from my last job a few days ago. My duffel bag is still half unpacked in the corner of my room. And yesterday, I had an interview for a position at Grand Canyon National Park. They told me to expect an offer any day now. I want this job. I want it badly. But I haven't told my mom yet. Because if I take it, I'll be gone for Christmas. We've never spent a Christmas apart. Not once in 23 years. I can already picture her face when I tell her. I can already hear the silence that'll fill the house before she finally says something that'll make me feel like the worst son in the world. Here's the thing, though. I'm the only one who shows up like this. I have 3 older sisters. All of them live within 20 minutes of my parents. And sure, they see mom on holidays, maybe grab lunch once in a while, but they're not the ones she leans on. They're not the ones she calls when she's lonely or worried, or just wants company. That's me. It's always been me. My dad's around, but he and my mom don't have much of a relationship anymore. They coexist, they're polite, but they're not close. So when I leave, she really is alone in a way that makes my chest tight just thinking about it. I sat at the kitchen table this morning watching her make coffee, and I thought about telling her, just getting it over with. But I couldn't do it, because I know what happens next. She'll ask why I keep running away from her. She'll remind me she's 62, that she won't be here forever, that I'm wasting time I can't get back. And part of me will believe her. Maybe I should have told her differently. Built it up as an exciting opportunity, made it sound temporary, promised I'd visit more. But I've tried all that before, and it never changes the outcome. She still feels abandoned. I still feel guilty. We still end up in the same place. Last night I looked at photos from my last job. Me and my crew standing on a ridgeline at sunrise. A campfire under more stars than I'd ever seen growing up. Faces of people who became friends in a matter of weeks because that's what happens when you're all living the same unpredictable, temporary life. I felt happy looking at those pictures. Proud even. But then I thought about my mom sitting in the living room alone while my dad watched TV in the other room, and the happiness curdled into something else. This is where things shifted for me. I realized I've been trying to solve an impossible equation. How do I live my life without breaking hers? How do I choose myself without abandoning her? And the truth I keep running into is that maybe I can't. Maybe no answer makes everyone okay. I called one of my sisters yesterday. I asked her if she could check in on Mom more while I'm gone. Maybe stop by during the week, not just on holidays. She said she'd try, but I could hear it in her voice. She didn't really get why it mattered so much. And I wanted to say, because I'm the only one carrying this, because when I'm gone, nobody fills that space. But I didn't. I just said thanks and hung up. The job offer came through this morning. It was sitting in my inbox when I woke up. Grand Canyon, 6-month contract, start date 2 weeks before Christmas. Everything I wanted. Everything that would gut my mom. I stared at that email for a long time. My finger hovered over the reply button, and I thought about what my life would look like if I said no. I'd stay home, get a local job, be nearby when she needed me, make her happy, and I'd spend every single day wondering what I gave up, resenting her for it probably, even though that wouldn't be fair. So I wrote back. I accepted. I haven't told her yet. I'm still trying to find the right words, the right moment, as if either of those things exist. My duffel bag is still in the corner. I'll have to pack it again soon. And when I do, I'll have to walk downstairs and tell my mom I'm leaving. Again. And she'll look at me like I'm choosing strangers and mountains over her. And I won't know how to explain that it's not about choosing against her. It's about choosing for myself. I keep thinking about what she said last time. That I'll regret this when she's gone. And maybe she's right. Maybe I'll look back one day and wish I'd stayed home more, been present more, put her first more. But I also know I'll regret it if I don't do this now. If I let fear and guilt keep me small and close and safe. I told her once that I'm not running away from her. I'm running towards something. She said that's just another way of saying the same thing. Maybe it is. Or maybe loving someone doesn't mean you have to shrink your life to fit inside theirs. I don't know when I'll tell her. Maybe tonight. Maybe tomorrow. But I do know I'm going. I'm taking the job. I'm spending Christmas at the Grand Canyon. And I'm going to feel terrible and relieved and guilty and free all at the same time. Because that's what it means to grow up, I guess. You hurt people you love, not because you want to, but because staying would hurt you more. Parenting means watching your kids leave, even when it breaks your heart, and learning to let them go anyway. Would you have taken the job or stayed home? Thanks for listening, and tell us your thoughts in the comment section.